Good evening. Thanks for playing the storm out there to join us tonight for our senior college. I really appreciate it. I don't know if some of you getting in, so I appreciate you doing it. My name is John Classic. I'm the Director of College Counseling here at Monroe South. This is my first year in the role as Director of College Counseling. It's my 14th year at Monroe South as a generalist. Before that, and prior to coming to Monroe South, I worked 4 years in college admissions at Lincoln First College. So I've been around college admissions, been around the high school, and it's a pleasure to be with you here tonight. We have a great program for you that will hopefully shed some light on the college admission process. And here to help us with that is Miss Lisa Fisher from the University of Notre Dame. Lisa has 20 years of experience in college admission. She is the Senior Associate Director of Admission at the University of Notre Dame. And we're privileged to have her wisdom and knowledge to share with us about the college admission process. So we're going to start with Elisa, and then we'll continue the program after that. So Elisa.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. This is my kickoff trip to the Chicago area. I have had Chicago for 20 years. I cannot believe that, and it's always, I love coming to this high school and doing this evening because part of my job, along with reading applications, I love the counseling part of the position, and to help students. Often I'm helping them with deciding about Notre Dame and when to apply and how to go through the processing. But I also like just getting out and talking about college in general and how to approach what can seem like a daunting process. But I think if you have a little fun with it, if you're organized, if you have started early, and I know this is a group of senior parents and students, that it's not too late to get organized if you feel you haven't gotten started. But along with moving through the process, and what we look at, I have been in this process a long time. I know a lot of my colleagues at other universities and have spoken to them and talked to them over the years. And we do share some common themes that we look at when we're looking for our best match, our best university match with applicants. So just to talk about that a little bit this evening, and hopefully help you in some way, and to have fun with it. To students here, I'd say this is it can be a very nerve-wracking experience for you. It can also be for your parents. To go through it together, I think is wonderful. I've been through it with 2 daughters who also at the same time said to me, "Oh, just Mom, I got this." I would try to tell them, this is what I do for others. Can I help you with some advice regarding the phone? We got it, and they did. They went through the process with not a lot of advice from me. But I do like to give advice, and I do like to help support this kind of a experience that can be both a little bit make you nervous, but also can be thrilling. The good news is, at the end of this process, you'll all be somewhere. You will. And so that should reassure you. What you want to do is find a place that matches what you're looking for. How many have gone already through all their visits to colleges and universities and feel they have their list of the students here? How many feel they've got, I got my list ready? Okay. If you don't, it's not too late. I think fall of senior year is the season for visits. It's visits in the way you come out and see campuses if you can, if you have time. And if you can't get to campuses, you have the great internet that can show you quite a bit of information on the campus, and you can go and look at it after the decision is made, after you've been in. You can go and see that campus. So you do have a lot of tools right at your hands, but nothing beats campus visits. We do encourage it because I think personally it will help you prepare a very good application. If you like the campus, if you like what you see, what is available academically, socially, if you have international travel, if everything excites you about a campus, you're going to have, that's going to come through, or should come through, your application in some fashion. That the admissions counselor is looking at your application to see if you really thought about it, and you know why you want it for yourself. Not necessarily repeating the brochure copy that we give you in our various publications, but why it means something to you, what connected, how you connected. If you can't get to campus though, you certainly should be looking at websites. So again, check it out, research, and find out what resonates with you about this campus. You may go in spring and find out it doesn't resonate as much. But if it is something that you're thinking about, to have some research that when you come through the application, you know why you're applying is very important. It's the season of visits also for college admissions individuals to come into your high school. And this is I know it's difficult sometimes to get out of class, and sometimes you do have the AP, and we understand you can't, the teacher may be frowning upon it, but as many times as you can touch base with an admissions counselor from a particular school that interests you, I think there is another connection that helps you understand why, confirm why you might be looking at this university. And then to be making college visits to your own counseling center here. You have great counselors, they are experienced, they know how to guide you within this high school, and you can't have a better resource than what you have right here. So I do encourage you to keep that line of communication going as well. So this is the time frame when most admissions committees, they're not in their offices. What we are is on the road. I have 18 colleagues. I won't see them. We left, I think the first one left in August when school first opened, and in other countries, school was going on a different calendar, so they were gone. We won't see each other until we come back to start reviewing the applications, and that's not until November. So we're really out on the road trying to be available to families and to students to talk about what our particular university offers. Now, Notre Dame is my frame of reference, but I do think a lot of the messaging about the different parts of the applications that we review and what I can share with you are universal. That many schools are looking for the same type of individuals, even though their application form may be different. They are looking for individuals who will come and enhance that community, even if it's a huge community, even if it's a very, very large university. You are going to find some campuses very big, but still the admissions committee is taking a look at what type of students coming here, what are their accomplishments in high school, how are they challenged themselves, and do they have a little spark? Universities want to bring in students who have some interest in learning, some particular talents that really broaden the university experience for everyone. And so that's what we're all kind of interested in as we sit down with our applications. Most colleges and universities have big applicant pools, and they only have so many places. The good news is most colleges and universities overlook like the airlines. They don't expect everyone to say yes to them, so that is the good news. Most schools are going to go beyond their numbers to admit more students. And then becomes the competition among universities and colleges to yield those students, to bring them in the springtime. So that is positive, that most schools will go over what they have available. Now, Notre Dame, we have about 18,000 applied and about 2,000 places available. Schools will vary all across the board. And you need to start right now some kind of system, whether it's if you like the old school filing system, you want to do something on your computer, where you can start taking a critical look at deadlines, particularly not only admissions deadlines, but also scholarship deadlines, because you're going to be checking those out as well. And to know how each university, although we have this universal message of we want students who are smart students, enthusiastic students, they're going to give back to the university as we hopefully get to them. It is also, every university has a little different system and a little different timing. And so you want to be aware of what's due when, how do I apply, what's the notification plan, when we're going to hear, how does financial aid play into all of this. Those individual differences, it's key to make sure you understand each school you're looking at and when things are due and what things they want. Some schools really don't want teacher recommendations. They just say, we don't do that, maybe one. And other schools will invite you to send more than one, and maybe an outside recommendation. So you need to stay, I think, within the parameters of what your college is asking you to do. You don't want to go overboard. If they say a 500-word essay, you don't want to give them 10 pages of your thoughts, because part of the application is also following the directions. And what they're asking for, any institution, we have our reasons for asking of the fall to be kind of getting that list finalized. And then certainly starting the application. Many colleges and universities are on common application as an open. And that's a pretty, for those who don't know about common application, and how many parents here, this is the first child. Okay. Common application is sort of a one-stop shopping for colleges and universities. It allows students to apply through one site. So they only have to fill out their basic information, name, address, parent name, what they do, all of that one time. And they also have to write an essay, which is looked at by all the schools to which the student applies to through common application. And most schools that are selective, that are looking for a little bit more information, are going to add to common application what's called a supplemental application. Many of those schools will require it. We do. And that's a sample of writing, primarily. It's a little bit more writing to kind of pull out some more information about you personally. And these writing samples, I know we're going to talk about that in a little detail, but the writing is very important. If the school is asking you to provide some information to reflect on your values, to reflect on the life experience, we tend to read those writings first. So the common application essay is going to, be seen by all the schools you're looking at. The supplemental is developed by that individual school. And the schools will think about this many, many months. When we're changing our questions, you can imagine we change them because we've read many responses to the same questions and we want a fresh start. Good news is those questions are usually out there pretty early and are not terribly long in length, but they are to be done with quality here, because this is you representing yourself, talking about yourself, and giving us some information. So I think in our framework of looking at applications, many schools that are trying to distinguish students will start reading the writing first. We have to look at the statistics. We are going to look at the academic transcript. That's the heart of the application. But to hear the voice of the student, especially if we don't do interviews. Some schools don't do interviews on campus. They don't have alumni interviews, and others do. Again, if the school recommends something, if they say, oh, by the way, you could meet with an alumnus or an alumna in the area of the school, you want to do it. Even if it's out of your comfort, if your children feel this is out of their comfort zone, you want to have them do it, try to practice, maybe talk to people in the elevator, talk to people in the grocery line, get kind of comfortable, have more questions going into the interview than the interviewer has. Because then you have something to fall back on as you're talking to them. But if the school doesn't have that interview process, they're going to be relying on those writers. They're going to be relying on this. At the heart of the application will be, however, the transcript. Schools want to see how you proceeded through high school. Have you taken advantage of some of the more demanding courses? This isn't to say we want you to overwhelm yourself, but it is to say if you've got some solid, challenging classes at your high school, you want to have taken those, some of them, to represent that you have an interest in stretching, an interest in learning, and this comes from the freshman year through what should be your most demanding year, the senior year. That you have taken on the demanding classes in the high school to your ability level. We don't want you overdone. We have some students who've taken too many AP courses, and when one starts to go, in terms of its challenging, the rest of them will tumble. And so you do need to know carefully what you can handle. And I'm sure you've made very good selections for yourself. The myth out there is that the transcript has to be perfect. That schools will only take me if I have the top GPA, if I have all A's, it's a perfect, no blemish on it. Actually, we look for more of the rigor involved. And most schools are looking to see that you have taken some of that challenge. That's the call I get most frequently in the fall, is I just took my, I don't know, fill in the blank AP exam, and I haven't done well, and I want to drop it. The counselor at the high school won't want that. The teacher in the high school won't love me if I'm saying, oh, sure, go ahead and drop that. And the truth is, we don't want students to drop it. We will say that challenge level matters. And even if it isn't the best grade you receive, the fact that you stick with it is key to us, that you try your very best. That's most important to us. So to be looking for maintaining that schedule. And senior year matters, since many of the students here are seniors. Senior year can make a difference in this admissions process. We will ask if a student applies early to a university. Most schools will say, gee, if you can self-report your first progress report card and tell us how you're doing unofficially, we want that information. For some of our students who will go through the process early and be deferred, the reason we're deferring students, and most schools are, is to see the senior year, that first half of senior year. It's going to make a difference as to how they're doing their classes. And for students who will go through the entire process, be it early, regular, and end up on a wait list, and this is your dream school, the whole entire senior year is reviewed. So it is very important to keep your focus on your grades as you go through senior year, because it can open the door to the school that, maybe you were right on the level to be admitted, and a wonderful, strong performance will just send you right over into. That's my favorite thing to do, is to call a high school and say, refer to the student, I'm interested in seeing how senior year grades went, and when the counselor will launch them off and say, all these wonderful courses and very good grades, not all A's, but very good grades. That's what we need to hear to go back and say to colleagues, this student has done what we hoped they could do, and they're going to do. Testing, the SAT-1 and the ACT, I think are going through a little bit of a change. I can see it from having been in admissions a long time. That we're getting to a point where testing, many students do, either they don't test well or they never have, or they test extremely well. And we're kind of looking with an eye to, okay, great tests are strong, but what else about the student is appealing? And that can be what they take it as a student, their scholarly pursuits, their interests, that they want to do international study, that they want to do research. That appeals to us. It can be something broader in the social world, in the extracurricular world, that they're talented as musicians, as athletes, as artists, and we want to bring that in. So with the testing, we have a mid 50% range, as all schools do, and you can inquire about that and what in the 50% ranges for the SAT-1 and the ACT-R. But I think you need to know that it is your 4 years of work that really are scrutinized. Your day-to-day classroom performance of students is what we really want to see. And how they've done with their classmates, how they've interacted with their teachers. The standardized test gives us a standard, but in the last few years, I've noticed the trend is to not automatically go so excited. You have a wonderful test. You might not have grades that quality. You might be a student who is not working as hard as you need to be. And probably that's a combination that for most admissions offices is a flag. Why is the student who has great tests not doing that well in the classroom? What's going on? Where you can have a student who doesn't test as well, but is dynamic, is a leader, is energetic, is going to come to campus, and you just know they're going to make a difference. And on any campus, large or small, particularly small, they want to have individuals who will come out on their calls. They're not just there for themselves. They're there for the entire experience and to benefit from it. So standardized tests this past year, we turned down quite a few students with because we saw in them that their grades were not that strong, or they weren't particularly interested, if you know what I mean. They didn't have enough to say about themselves in their application, and the school didn't have a lot to say about it in terms of really giving them a ringing endorsement for those recommendations. Teacher recommendations, counselor evaluations, we do read them with a certain eye, looking for certain descriptors of students. And if they're not there, if we don't catch that, or if we don't get an anecdote of that from a teacher or a counselor that helps us get to know the student from a different vantage point, the application recommendation can be a little bit flat. And if it's flat, for example, it can be, well, Billy's a good student, comes into the classroom, sits at the back, answers occasionally, a lot of good luck, versus Billy, in 35 years of teaching, is in terms of character, in terms of academic scholastic achievement, is in the top 1 to 2% of any student I can encounter. That's a little stronger. And what you're looking for in the application, what we look for, are little things that lift the application out of the rest of the book. So how do you do that? You do that with great writing. And you do that with picking people who know you well and will give you a solid reference as you apply to a particular school. Do they lift you up? You yourself lift yourself up with telling us about particular talents. If you are an artist, if you are a musician, if you do have a love of political science and being a leader, and you've been a leader in your school, it's incumbent upon athletes to tell us that as well. And they lift themselves. They can send examples of their talent. Again, anything the school recommends, we recommend an interview. Perhaps we recommend also that you send us an example of your talent. If you draw, if you're thinking about architecture, and you have some architectural design, we're very happy to take a look at those and share those with our very excited faculty, who will just be knocking on our door to take you. So that's the kind of thing you want to do. Lift yourself up out of the pool of pretty much, in most applicant pools, students self-select. They know basically what they need to have in general to apply. And so a lot of the GPAs, I'm always asked what's the average GPA. Well, it really ranges. It ranges from high school to high school. And it doesn't really, in terms of the applicant pool, there can be many of the same GPAs and many of the same test scores. And so you have to kind of add, if I can convey anything tonight, is to add a little bit of that distinction. In your writings, one example this past year we had a young man who loved lacrosse, played lacrosse, lots of lacrosse. And every question we asked, the common application essay to all our prompts, every prompt answer was about lacrosse. We call that kind of the one-note application. You want to be bringing in as many facets of yourself, from your family, to your story, to your interests. Every question probably should be answered with a little different than me. And then your teacher and your counselor do that as well. A little different than you are looking at yourself. It's amazing how teachers and counselors can learn a lot about what we already think about a student as we're reading the application. If a student really comes across as quite organized, that's what we'll hear from the teacher. They're very organized. And another part of asking a teacher to recommend you, I think, we read some great letters where the student didn't get an A in the class. They didn't maybe get even a B, but they stuck with the class. And that's what was most impressive to the teacher. They didn't give up, they came back and got more help. They were not letting go of finishing the course. And the teacher speaks so highly of that, that resonates with us as well. So you never kind of know where your help is going to come from with your recommendations. Extracurricular activities, some students have a long list. Some really concentrate on one or two areas. I think schools are very understanding of the size of the high school, the talent pool. We have a very large senior class. So it may be difficult to have a lot of leadership positions. What most schools are looking for is that you've done something, that you have an interest, that you've kept it. And in freshman year, you may have started out with many. I'll tell you, you'll come to a university and you'll start out with many, and you'll hone it down to what you really have time for with your academic life and what you really have the interest in. So you sign up a lot in high school for freshman year, you think I'm going to do all of these things. We're just happy if you've had a couple of areas where you've made some progress, where you've shown dedication, where you've maybe been innovative. Colleges and universities love if the student has come up with something new. The fundraiser was the biggest ever. Or I had a team that came after school. There were maybe 6 of us, and now there are 36. That means you've made a difference. And so we are looking for that as well, that kind of energy that will come to the campus. So those are the areas a lot of schools will get. Now, some schools are out there that really focus mainly on your transcript, mainly on GPA and tests. And that may be done. You know, the application itself won't seem that lengthy. But for schools where you get it, where you open it up online and you go, this is kind of lengthy, that's because we're trying to pull out some information from it and make some difficult decisions. Do we turn away students who are tremendous and wonderful? We have to, we do, and it's difficult to do that. And there's about maybe 3 years ago, 3 or 4, I started to review applications and we were not admitting the students. And I was thinking, how can we explain this? There's nothing even to choose to explain why this is happening. And that's just the way of the college world. I think if you pick a list where you love every school, where you can see yourself as students and parents knowing this, so that they can see themselves at any of the schools that got on their list. Then when whatever happens, they will be happy. And to know that it's not written necessarily in stone. Students do transfer. Students, sometimes if it's a financial situation, they go to a local school and transfer after a certain point as juniors or sophomores or juniors. So you have a lot of choices that are out there. Nothing is written in stone. You want to check that you have the academic choices at the university that you want, that you have the opportunities to grow in the ways you want, be it research, international study, check out the housing. Do you like where you'll be living? Do you like how they have it set up for you? The visit of the campus in the springtime, I think is crucial that you go back. That's when the universities roll out the red carpet. Now you're doing the stuff. We're not deciding. You are deciding. And that's when you have the chance to really kick the tires of the university as to meet the fact. Not that you can't do it before, but now when it comes down to here, these are concrete rejoices I could be here because I met him. So definitely feel free to do that in this room. We have the time. So that's going to be overview of what we look for and what we look for in our students. And I think it does permeate across the board. I love to help with this. I want to kind of wind it down because I know there's lots to cover tonight. But please do feel free, even if you're not thinking about Notre Dame, and I do have parents available. I can't leave it out. But do feel free to please ask me questions about other schools you're looking at. I do have been in the business a long time. John was asking, he said, so when do you think you might get off? Well, I said after a day of rain, where I got completely soaked. As I left one high school and was kind of squishing into the second one. Well, this could be it. This might be a different success. But I do enjoy this so much, and I really do wish you well. Particularly parents, this is the first time I'll tell you you'll be experts. You can take your notes. You might write a book, actually, someday. And if I can help you in any way, I'd like to do that. So thank you, and I will turn it over now.
We'll have a short question and answer session at the end too. So if you have some questions, that we'll maybe start with the conversation. We'll have a question and answer session at the end. I saw a quote the other day, and it was a Confucius quote, and it came by the way of Beat the Cat, which is a children's book, and I did 8, 5, and 2. So sometimes it's over reading that I actually take note at night. But the quote was interesting, and it said that life is simple, but we tend to complicate it. And I kind of thought about that a little bit with the admission process. The whole college application process. And I think that would be a very daunting task, depending on where you're at in that process. If it's the first time that you've ever gone through the confirmation process, but one of the things that I want to impress upon you tonight is that we have a lot of resources here. And I think we started with it, and we can follow the process that we put in place. I don't think it's as complicated as sometimes it is. So if you're rating me, and I think this is about the point, at this point you really should start to have a list of about 7 to 8 schools that you're starting to think about applying to. You're starting to do some really in-depth research on this to develop scholarship application certain programs. If you're not at that point, that's okay. We have a great counseling staff. Our counselors, college schools, we travel conferences, well-versed in the college conference. And myself, obviously, as a director of counseling, I'm happy to meet any or all of you. What God has given you. So again, hopefully you're a little farther along than that last year as juniors and kind of mapped out where you should be. But if you're not there yet, you can help. You can get it. You just need to utilize resources. One of the things that impresses me the most about Douglas High is a tremendous commitment to student research. If you find a need, we are putting resources in place for the students to achieve that. And I think we talked before. We found a real need of students to develop a very important piece of the application. Not the most, but it's a very important piece. And last year, the pilot program and it was a great success. Students, were put in Mr. Ruder, guided them along, helping with developing topics. And so we're fortunate that this year we're continuing to move back and allow that access again. Mr. Ruder, just like to take about 5 minutes to talk a little bit about our college essay clinic. Mr. Ruder.
Thanks, John. Good evening, everyone. Last Wednesday morning, I told them that the first thing you should know is that I in Colorado for 32 years. 30 years those years, I taught seniors, which translates into thousands upon thousands of college application essays and personal statements. Tonight, I'll add a second thing in comparison. As the father of 2 GBS guidance, I have sat in your city twice. Each time with excited mixed feelings, proud of my child, hopeful that he would end up as a Roman choice, nostalgic about his transition, and a parent-child relationship, rather apprehensive about financial matters, slightly confused by the complex application process, and frankly wishing that the full ordeal soon pass. I'm here to tell you that after a little bit passed, and thanks in no small part to the skilled insights and countless outcomes staff, my son's college years were happy and disclosure, our members have graduated this past May, which means no more tuition payments. Maybe all of that. But what I'm here to talk tonight about is the college essay, which includes both bad news and news. First, the college essay, and some of you may have already figured out, is the hardest part of the application for ministries. Even we're writing the ACT or RCT, which at least 10 after 3 hours. Writing well, no matter what anybody says, is hard work. And this piece is unlike practically any other writing students have done in English and social studies classes. There's no magic formula, no short-term approach guaranteed to teachers in the school they want. But sidebar, please don't buy those books called 50 essays at exclusive cards. I read them. Trust me. You've got other things to do. Well, it's not. Nobody's surprised that for all these reasons, the college essay can also be the most frustrating part of the process for many supportive and well-intentioned parents, and the setup for way too many unproductive conversations after. And now, news. Unlike any or every other document or data in the application portfolio, college essay confers real, absolute control of the outcome. It's the senior's golden chance, actually the one and only chance to present himself or herself clearly, concisely, and authentically. The college essay enables the admissions committee to put the applicant's voice just just 2 weeks into the new school year, 20 of seniors are working on their essays or at least thinking about it. This week, during 2 group meetings, our counselors were doing the subject. Many senior English teachers will likely read the subject too, and some will even assign students to write it. And plenty of seniors I know have been having conversations with their parents about their essays, which can be a really constructive conversation if parents ask for seniors to write a question. That question is not so much to write about, or you never think you should write about college essays. Those are, I've got to tell you from first experience as starters. Instead, ask this question: what do you want college admissions to do? Admissions folks don't want to read or international. Your heartfelt service projects, more content needs. More about being tough in more about personal illness, more passing the love. Instead, they want to do something deep and true about the attitude that they can't learn elsewhere in the application. Here's constructed in the informed strategy I recommend to the seniors. I asked them to interview their family and close friends for several adjectives to describe it. Then they will list all those adjectives and then select 2 that reveal them as their best selves. To be clear, I don't mean adjectives like nice and honest and good listener, but real, meaty adjectives. once they determine those couple of adjectives, they have so much of their missing. Deciding on the topic after that is much easier. That strategy is just one number. The 4 stages of the college essay process that I regularly share with seniors at college. This last week, through the rest of September and October, I will give you appointments in Tiger Reading Center 3 days each week. Unlike others who will in the Tiger Reading Center, I'll either not do students in academic studies, but for one reason only, to work with them on the college essays. Seniors will find me a table with a college essay committee sign on it, and they can make appointments with me during the school day until 4 p.m. when my break closes. I will college Career Center website where our appointments calendar is on. Openings tomorrow and Thursday. This cautionary note, by the way, usually you might be inspired to make an appointment. Have your senior make the appointment because of you. There's a chance that he or she won't ever keep the appointment. In which case, one of the 3 allowed appointments still pass. So, another way. For those of you who seniors are athletes and thus almost never able to meet people at school, make sure that they run all out and meet. Remember, I am here to help as many seniors as I can get to, and as I get to meet. And know that I'm with you in this adventure. It is, after all, an adventure. Sometimes a lot of right, but always a memorable one, and one that I want to help you as happy as possible.
Thank you, Alan. We've got a great resource. Other resources that we have available here at Glenbrook South. The College and Career Center is a great place. If you have any questions, we want you to just talk to me. It's a very easy place to find. Kathy Hardershine has been a assistant. She knows as much about very much everybody else out there. So I would definitely recommend, if you have any questions, stopping by and talking with staff. There's just a little picture of that place. We used to say that we have computers there, but now all our students have. We have many of those computers, but definitely helps. The students being able to work on the comment. So again, we have those resources available to help those students. One thing that I think sometimes is difficult to find is information on our website about where do you go to college. It's under the about that. We actually have gone over the program that said I can't find any information about this program. It is a little bit, it's unfortunate that it's under the about that. There are a variety of different links off of it. If you get what the application procedures are, to test prep information, scholarship information, links to NCAA, any of the programs. So I would encourage you to take a look at that from time to time, see the programs we have offered. Really encourage you to take a look at other resources. I think Lisa alluded to the online resources and virtual tours really give you a great perspective of those schools as you go. So I really would encourage you to take a look at those college websites, look at those deadlines, especially for scholarships and application deadlines. And then Lisa also talked about campus visits. I think the best thing we can do is that possible every school. And I really think it's important. I think it's important to see the school at different times. School can look at see what that campus looks like after hours. Also see what that campus looks like during studying hours. I think that is a really great place. If you're being led around by ambassadors, schools push over the gas and take you to these buildings, nice logos. But it's kind of interesting how the path has students. Formal visits will oftentimes be offered during some of our breaks or holidays. And you can take your college and encourage you to keep a look at those. You could also just call the admissions office. So if you just pull up the website, click on admissions, and call that number. It's simply going to any college website, click on the admissions tab, and call that number, and you can schedule an admission. And a lot of schools do have Saturday. One thing that I think is really underutilized here at the high school is that we have over 200 to travel school to school and talk to students. This is a great opportunity to bring valuable knowledge about the school. It can also be a great opportunity to make contact with that school. A lot of schools will afford demonstrated interest. So each visit that we have with the school, whether it's the school campus, or whether it's doing it to opening up an email that we can send from the school. Schools track it, they track interest. And it's important that they increase those things in the school and to meet the efforts to see those schools that are and a lot of times it has to do with just the nature of the day. Students don't have enough time to see about that's okay, because you still make an effort to email and have a test today. I wasn't able to make it to your information session, but I'm very interested in Caltech University. That would be their strategy to use. Visits are all in Naviance, so if you click on Naviance, you can go in and take a look at all the schools that are coming to visit Glenbrook South. This is a slide from last year's visit. If you go on to visit schedule, you'll be able to see if we have a tour visits this year. You can take a look at all those visits that are coming to Glenbrook South. Most of you are probably familiar and comfortable with Naviance at this point. If you're not, I'm sure you need to talk very soon because it is really, our college model, everything that we do. And it houses everything that has to do with college. So, everything from college deadlines to getting to the college website to filling out applications to requesting teacher recommendations, it's all going to be done. It's a great system that offers a lot of information. So I would encourage you to make sure that you become familiar with the Naviance. We have certainly brought our students through Naviance, especially when we did a classroom and we work with them as freshmen, sophomore, in terms of applying, make sure that you're getting the applications in as soon as possible. I had a conversation today talking about the timelines. Certainly August is too soon. And I know a lot of over the summer, there's a lot of time ramped up that you're going to be behind the game if you don't have an application on August 30th. Most colleges are not even prepared to start immediately. Okay? So you're not getting ahead of the game by getting those applications. But we're starting to roll into that season now where the school is on hold position. It would be your best interest to come up with new applications go in. Starting submitting those towards the end of the time. And then certainly some of those November 1st. So again, some of those rolling admission programs might close. So again, early is better. A couple of notes on just the different admission policies. It can get very confusing. What is early admission? What is early admission decision? What is early notification? Rolling decision simply means that once you apply to the school, they have all the information that they need to make a decision. And they're ready to make a decision. September 1st. Those schools will give you a decision within 6 months. Some schools like I will give you a decision. Typically, we're looking at once a year. Early decision is a binding contract. Early decision is basically saying, I went on research, and I chose the school that I love, and I get into, and I'm going to do it. And at that point, I'm going to withdraw my other applications from every other school, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, if you go early decision to a school, you should have a financial situation of that particular college university. You should do a number of calculator. Very serious. And happy again, if you have questions about that, we ask all of our students if they don't go early decision, if they have a council sign off on that, and then that's where we have sometimes we can do the right thing. Early notification, early action, priority deadlines are different. You might hear and see some of them. That would be around November 1st, December 1st. Okay? Those are not binding contracts. You can apply several schools with those deadlines. Those give you the opportunity to get back to your school. Oftentimes, the biggest really. And then we have our regular decision deadlines, which typically anytime January 1st, February 1st. Those decisions typically sometime. One thing to remember is that you always have until May 1st to make a final decision. You may have school, you should make a decision, but you have until May 1st to make that final decision. You may make a different option until May 1st. I'm going to just talk about our application procedures, as I said before, on our website. We talked to the students last week at the Assembly. We went through some of the steps. We're applying to school. Tomorrow they will meet with their counselors. And on Thursday they will meet with their counselors in small groups of about 8 to 10. We go over the application process again. We're going to have step-by-step instructions in terms of what they need to do so that we make sure that we're doing the right things in the application process. I want to just pull up this is the new common application website. They changed the look this year. I think there's a lot of great things on it, so if you have a chance, there's a lot of common application website that you can look at, what they have to offer. One thing that I really like about this website, if you click on the common application website and scroll down the page, you can actually pull up a PDF that has all of the schools listed and what the requirements are. The teachers, for those recommendations, council recommendations, supplemental, and say what like we need to do in school. So it's a great PDF that you can pull off and print out, or you can just click on it and have that for your resource. So that's on the common application. I know we need to talk to you about the ease of the common application, why it makes sense for a lot of students to apply using it. What is the recommendation? Not all schools are going to require that, and we certainly encourage our students not to ask teachers if they don't require it. It's a long time for teachers to do it. Although the recommendation really should come from teachers that know that student very well. It does not have to be class that they have it. I think admission officers are really looking forward to and global information. If you do something like that, it's really good opportunity. You take some leadership initiative in those classes. Those are the types of things that they're really looking for in those programs. You start to think about those people. Think about it. What you have to do every conference that I go to, those are the types of things. We ask for 15 days, so students will invite their teachers to an hour. Some requests to an hour. And again, one of the things I think it's important for you to see the process, and that if you need help, you can know the process of this again, that you can call me to. So once they've listed the schools that they're thinking about applying to, you can add a teacher. And there's a drop-down menu, you simply pull out that teacher. And I would recommend that you list in the comment section what schools you're applying to and when you need the applications. And so those recommendations. I think it's really important to list this. The other thing I would highly recommend is that you over-communicate with your teacher. If you have another school later on, you've given them a list of schools to send out all recommendations to, I would send another email and say, I added another school, would you please send another recommendation? The last thing we want is for the process to be stalled because they don't have all the information. So I think over-communicating with teachers is a good thing. This is a great format for them to use in the communication process. Counselors on the recommendation. Our counselors were all right, great level of recommendation, and some that are. We do ask them to come up with another recommendation so that there's also interaction. Oftentimes I find parents do a lot better job of trying to help our students than the students. And so it becomes very helpful to have that information. And that again can be found in there. And you do have to go around and send around the comments to get an interaction. You can't log on to the desk. You have to log on to the so hopefully you'll find your personal interaction. And then you can go ahead and fill out that parent relationship. We're going to hand out transcripts in the next 2 days to yourself, but I would ask that you carefully listen to them. Most of the transcripts that we're going to send out are so important that you really look over that everything is correct. Because after you say those, later on something is wrong, so take more time. So we're going to give a copy to your son or daughter. Not that it's okay or don't small or anything. You just go over that and make sure grades are right, GPA is right. We want to make sure that everything is correct on the same time. So make sure that well, it's also good to the fact that senior year is a lot of time to take a little vacation the second semester. And every year, we get letters from colleges and we say, right on the side from the student. The student is taking a very, very challenging. It actually just had a C in this particular class in the second semester. But they wanted an explanation for that C, because that C was not representing the rest of the. And so we continue to impress upon them. Those things can happen. It's not time to rest on your laurels, but it's time to continue to show college and to do more. Test scores, I know Lisa talked about this as well. All colleges can take out the ACT or so fill your preference. All colleges will look at the highest test scores. And which sometimes, this is University of Notre Dame, one of the most selected schools in the country. And I know sometimes people are very well for some of those schools. You have several different subsets of schools. Some schools will super score. You can find that list. You can come to my office. Some schools will take several of the ACT subscores and tie them together for what's called a super score. That could be the best interest. They are looking to do it. It is your job also to make sure that you look at those websites and see if you need an SAT 2. That's a requirement. Some schools do require SAT 2 or something. It's important to go to the website and make sure that you look at all the qualifications. If you need an SAT 2 still, there's still time. You can still register for the October. There's still some time. Fairtest.org is a great place to go if you want to see if the school is test optional. More and more schools are starting to move towards what's called test optional. You don't have to submit a test scores, so we can have a very high GPA. Maybe you want to be a test taker, that might be an option. Maybe I don't have to talk to anybody about that. Feel free to make an appointment with me. Financial aid. We're going to have some great financial aid sessions for you, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on a lot of programs. And I'm going to show you some of the resources that we'll have available for you later on in the year for financial aid. One thing I will say, don't discount school necessarily because of the cost, because there are always scholarships and merit money and financial aid available. Typically, a lot of state schools aren't going to have as much money in terms of some of those loans and grants and things like that. But you may qualify for some of that merit money. I do think one thing that is important here, you should have financial safety within your business. You talk about having 7 or 8 schools that you should have funded. Within those schools, you should have 2 reach schools, 3 or 4 good fit schools, and 2 safety schools. But I also think it's important to have what we call financial safety. School that, if you look at that, which is important. We also have a great scholarship list in the audience. Sometimes they get asked, there's a great thing to look at for scholarship. So if you go in the audience under the colleges tab, you'll see a list of scholarships. That's a great place to look. FAFSA is another great place to look for scholarships. You have to come for some of these and put some work into finding some of these scholarships. There are scholarships out there that are available through those sites. In January 7th, so you take all the FAFSA until after January 1st. We're going to have a FAFSA night, college financing night on January 7th to help you right away with that. So if you have questions about financing with college and FAFSA, we're going to have a financial aid professional come in, talk to our parents, fill out the FAFSA about different options in terms of financial aid. That will be January 7th. We'll also have what's called a FAFSA completion night. This has been really successful. January 14th, we'll open up our doors at 5 o'clock. We'll stay here for you. We're literally helping fill out. If you have questions, you're intimidated and filling the FAFSA out, we will be here to help you through that on our FAFSA night. And then we're going to have FAFSA Fridays at the end of January to the end of February. Those will be every Friday during the next period for students. So a lot of help during the financial side of things. Just a couple of things in terms of what should parents be doing. Certainly, I think, the college admission process really should be a great time. We're looking at the next 4 years of your summer program. The next 4 years are going to shape it and give them amazing opportunities to go see the world and work at fabulous places. And I think sometimes, it's like cats and dogs sometimes. And I think it's a difficult time. But I think if you're open, it works collaboratively. I think it should be one of the best times of your life as you go through this process. It's a very exciting time. But I think you also have to put parameters around those financial parameters, geographic parameters. My students are coming to my office and parents and students are on the same page. And I think it's important to have those conversations. And those can be hard conversations to have. But I think it makes a lot more realistic in terms of conversations before. The other thing is, with the assistance fees, make sure that your son or daughter is doing the completion process. Make sure they're writing the essay themselves. There's some help on this and give them some of that coaching. But again, ultimately, we want to have a problem because you're going to be a problem. Just a couple of things to remember. Watch for deadlines and give yourself plenty of time. Again, I think if you give yourself time in this process, you'll find that it's not as intimidating as it will seem. There's plenty of help here. The counselors are willing to help. And the other thing about, and I don't know if Mr. Rubin touched upon this, but And in terms of policies, coming up with the topics. And we have great TLC tutors down there, writing tutors that can help edit those messages as well. And you've got a lot of help here with that process. And you know the essay process is sometimes very intimidating. Where to start and how to finish. And we're going to have plenty of resources for you to help you with that. Some common errors, just so you know about the processing of the transcripts in applications. It all runs through Naviance. So one of the things that you should know that we oftentimes get is someone comes in with a transcript request from the 10 days because they think you just pop over in the system. We have 780 seniors. We have thousands of transcripts that we need to send out throughout the month of October, November, September. And so it's not instant. And that's why we ask for 10 days. So make sure there's something wrong with the backup or whatever that I'm looking at. And then you have that transcript in 10 days before you do that. That will really help the flow of traffic down in the guidance office. Make sure that forms are completed by guidance counselors if there is a form that needs to be completed by that particular school. Just a couple of important dates. We talked about college finance tonight, January 7th. We have our senior seminar, May 18th, and can you believe it or not, June 15th. Send it off, and it's not. It's a great presentation. Those are some things to think about. We do have a Twitter account. If you want to follow us at GBS Guidance, so feel free to follow us on Twitter. So that's the end of the presentation. We would like to allow some questions, but I would also like to allow anyone who wants to have a question and answer session. We will give it a couple of minutes. If you want to go out for the question and answer session, we will have a Thank you.
You made it through twice. Congratulations. We're on our third.
Godspeed.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. In fact, we send number 2 off to
India or Indianapolis?
India.
Really? Cool.
Yeah, 6 months of training. So yeah, I feel like we're this is the official cast.
Yeah, I wonder.
Bittersweet.
When I was a kid, I thought graduation was for me, but now as a parent, I think, wow, that's a pretty big moment for parents too. Oh no, we forget it. The things we learn, right? Yeah.
Well, if we work hard at parenting, it's great. This is Bruce and Wings.
Yeah, well, there's many different pathways too, and they have to choose most of them. So.
Yes. Precisely. It's always fascinating to hear this. We think there's this monolithic way.
Even going from the first one to the third one, you just relax a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a factorial of 2 for your third. It's a factorial.
Yeah. So you're a math guy too, then?
No, I'm an English teacher. Actually,
that's what I thought you said.
I think I'm just going 5 and thinking, oh, they're in for a real.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 acts, but forget that. 5 tuitions.
It's an investment counselor.
Yeah.
She had 30 years ago. Oh my gosh. On a rainy night. So I know I calculated
Thanks a lot.
So it's your turn.
Yes. Yeah. Ross, as a matter of fact, is at home. So I'm trying to get that, but she's trying to and it's much she's got 3 more tricks that is Texas A&M. And then I know it's just like pieces of
I'm after you have one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, aren't you?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Why are you still coming? Why are you still coming to these?
Yes, the expert. Hey, listen, I gave him credit. I said, you don't go see Mr. River. I swear to God, you are not going out after school
I
all
cannot
year.
wait because I remember
He's a boy.
when I taught my older brother.
I know. I mean, the soccer, I
Oh,
know.
that's good. What's he thinking about?
Sean,
There he is.
he's got that.
He's a big kid.
It
Look like your brother, you know?
I know. We've already.
Yeah.
He'll be there too.
I think there is some.
question and answer. It's turned into a live. And I was going to miss them.
Nope, thanks, Jeff.
Line it up.
So what's the best way we can get all that?
I tell you, it's frustrating. And very sweet. It's tough. One of my sons will let me write his essays. Well, no, it's at Stairway Dance. Just,
He wants to do it all over.
that's good.
So he can send it to you.
Oh, yeah. Except, you know what? He can write this. He can write poetry. However, if he writes his essay, and this guy right here is the reader, your son has no control over what you got. That's why I was talking. So, you know.
Or is that hard?
So, no, that's not.
Well, you said that.
Are you going to be?
Yeah, if you want to.
What do you want them to know about? What do you want? What do you think about them? You're great. You're agitated. What do people think?
Nice meeting you.
I didn't know people walked and I walked up here.
If there are some group questions, I know there's some
Thank you.
people hanging about. If there's a group question that you can go around and just answer some of those questions, maybe just entertain it, the whole group can hear. Maybe some of those questions, that's okay. All right, who has the first question that's been waiting? First question in the back now. Great question. Okay. So there's a lot of questions about that. So we are what's called a Ambiance integrated school, which means that the Common App is integrated with Ambiance, so that we're able to flush all our documents through Ambiance. So basically, we shut off the Common App portion of sending letters of recommendation, and do all that through. So I know it can be very complex. But that's the way that we submit our letters of recommendation, concept of recommendation. All sent through line, through that integration. Correct. You should have fill out the catalog, you should send the catalog. But the other part, so we kind of what the school did behind the scenes, that's all we do now. It's a great question, and it is, and it's very complex. It's also fun. Nope, we're still able to upload those letters to those students. So one of the things that you'll see in, I don't know if I have a slide. One of the things that you'll see in Naviance is it'll actually show the type. Okay, so here's a great example. So if you see where it says submission there, and you see a box around that, and that's basically saying that that institution, so Butler University is a great example. They both have a Butler institutional application, a Butler and it actually wants to ask through Naviance, which way are you applying? You don't actually go in and let Naviance know or the institution. The schools that are Common App exclusive, you don't have to worry about that. It'll automatically update as you can see. If it's not a school that uses the Common App, they'll simply have a computer screen. Most schools all of these schools out there, University of Texas, you have to physically mail all of your information to the school. If that will track that, you will send it to the school. I don't understand that. Yeah.
So, it's an option, but I think the schools are offering the choice. They're saying we want that's we have a way to probably see it. I think most colleges and universities are now using online. So we're used to sitting around with five colleges, and now we have laptops. And we're the application.
So you're saying that the schools that get the name scheme.
They're the standard, right? Yes.
Sure. So we send a class profile every transcript.
I mean, the profile.
Profile.
Because it's always not every.
Yeah. That's just in the concept. Just in the concept. Correct. Teachers don't have access. Very good.
When they have goals like that, like you'll commit a common app, they did that they treated them the same. I mean, you might have recovered that, but I'm hearing everybody not doing it.
No, that's the case. If you complete whatever application, they offer you the choice to do an application type or an online application or paper. As long as all the documents are in. And most schools, as we do, will chase your information. We send it out to you, we chase emails. And that's what's very important to through this process of changing. Because colleges and universities do a lot of communication now through email. And some students will reject it. But it is through your college process, the way that universities will say, we're going to listen. Sometimes it can be the teacher recommendation, sometimes it can be a customer. We are going to keep accuracy because we want to complete the application. So we're going to talk about that. But at the time, in terms of method, if the school tells you to do it this way or that, they're saying,
For the most part,
what matters is the performance.
Do you want to see that reiterated and expanded on, or just an attachment like what
In the last couple of years, we've seen fewer you're not really going to have you're getting a little more detail on your and if students do that, we just say in brief, it should be just one page. It should be bites and bites of information about what their role will be. And really, I talked about this earlier, what we've done is in the group or activity that so statement like that, in addition to statement, but I've seen fewer of these attached because I think students are now going more to the left in 4 years and want to talk about activities. Supplemental questions that they need to create answers. If they can, if they feel really like just don't feel and also there's a common application of the space additional for the also that's
each school will specify what it's needed. And typically, some of the selected schools will go to teacher, and then the Commonwealth, any school that asks
And there's a temptation to send additional methods from outside of school. And really not, how would you always thank and appreciate that it's a school that they're offering it's not another way to and sometimes students can be sent but who's selected teacher, how many also select for teacher regulations, and while we don't ask for a teacher, if we see two, if we see 15.
Great, so that's two teachers on top.
So they're still allowed to apply, so you're still allowed to apply regular decision to other schools, just to apply for decision. So you still follow the same procedure. She was just asking, if you apply your decision to a school, then you can apply to other schools. Unless you don't have a community.
Said to apply for FAFSA in order to apply for merit scholarships as well, and that the school's deadline is December 1st, and we said FAFSA is not open until January 1st.
Well, we simply, the school is asking you for, we require FAFSA to receive assessment. Student, if they really basically, and for merit, as well. We just have to have to do that. Some of our merit scholarship awards, veterans who apply for them, comes during the career process. And we don't make the decisions until we won't hear that scholarships until March. So, financial increases.
Well, yeah, and I still.
So in other words, you have to have a fast on. That was how it was they're not going to receive the rate package.
It's just a decision to set up for future.
But I thought it's for this year, for 2015.
So you use last year's, you use an estimated for last year's. This year's January 1st is going to be not until January 1st. Not anything that's
For some schools, they might be able to but for most schools, are really long, which means that the admissions office is making a decision based on academic and personal achievement. The financial aid office is working in tandem with SEPA, and looking at the financial picture. And we notify the financial aid as we're making decisions. And then they look to see what the documentation is in. And then they do their own checks for the information of science. So it unfolds, we're going to work with first and then we're following.
Is there ever
that we see school, but there are ways to do to reach us. And it is coming to take us. We want to see things. On the road, certainly there are always things to do. But the documentation of the same things we do say to students, let us know the application. If you think there's something we need to know, we can ask you, and you can certainly provide us with some information, such as second semester talking in your office, it's good for the students to address anything in the application you're thinking you want to wonder about, it probably is. If you visit me, someone don't come you also are. And I say those things to you. Middle school information. I think that for the most part, students don't go to middle school, but I think that sometimes we can talk with the government that a particular activity goes back in time, because most students are there in science or in gymnastics, they go way back, that they've been involved. So I think most students will have this to inform that, but primarily the decision is you really have to, as John mentioned, you have to know this is the choice. That this is the reason school has been and as well. Because this decision comes early and it's agreed to come to the university and say, I'm not looking at a different place and I'm going to be independent of research. Not looking at it as this is really you have to be certain that all the school can come out on another field and take the protection away. That doesn't happen to students who are in big school and small school and that sort of stuff. So it really can change during that senior year. But it's sure this is where you want to be, that the early decision and the work you know. Well, any early pool, be it early action, it's going to be small. Generally, it is. Not necessarily. Sometimes you can even know varies from school to school. We have early action, which means it's not common. So a student can be a bit early, but not doesn't have to tell us until so they can look at options. What we have changed, and this is a policy that restricted the action which can Boston College is that we ask students who are looking for the decision skills, where they really think this is a school we're asking them not to apply the action because if they did it, they often do because they're so strong, that if they did it, at all. So we're just asking them to do it. Right, and that's what we're doing. That's one of the reasons in Charlotte. why I was saying, it's the difference in the details to read detail. So ours is more of a, it's a February 15th, Thursday. That doesn't mean people won't make the return. That's just the deadline we're saying. This was the idea for you, that we can make sure it's in, when the decisions come out, it's regular, in March. And your financial piece is there, and you notify them, which is waiting for the end. We don't put the notify late. And of course, some funds have been pledged, so they run the risk of not getting assistance. But also, it's just stressful. So follow along with the schools and some just ask for fast. And some will ask for fast. So that's why any event that would happen here, that can reach out, is certainly.
I want to thank everyone for coming out and staying so late. If you can also just thank them.